Couple of quick sporting stories for you now, folks. Did you see the Rio Ferdinand piece over the last couple of days since CATHY, that's Cathy Ferguson, has died? That's Fergie's good lady. Don't know if you've seen it, but I thought it was pretty good. For those that haven't, I'll quickly tell you what it is. I only read it yesterday, although I know we mentioned it a couple of days ago. He said, yeah, with Cathy Ferguson dying, he said, I'd like to share this story. Happened to me a few years ago, he said, and it made you realise what kind of input Mrs. Ferguson had on Alex's life. He said, a few years since now, he said, we did the old, I think it was something like was it a Black Lives Matter? No, kick race out or something like that. It was a kick race out, I think. He said, anyway, and we all were told to wear armbands, the old black armbands, he said. Anyway, I decided I wasn't going to do it. And the reason I wasn't going to do it, he said, it come at a time when my brother Anton had some trouble with John Terry from Chelsea there. He said, and it all blew up in the press, and he said, I don't think people were supportive enough of my brother. And I thought John Terry had been racist towards him. He said, anyway, there was no support there. He said, and I thought, I'm not backing this kick racism out and all that palaver when there's obviously racism within the game. He said, anyways, the start of the match there, they've all got the black armbands on, and I've got no black armband on. I'm the only one in our team with no armband. Anyway, he said, I know I'm going to be in trouble with Fergie. There's no doubt about that. If anyone steps out of line with Fergie, you've had it. Anyway, at full time, he absolutely railroads me. He said, and I mean railroads me. And he finds me 2 weeks' wages there on the spot. He said, and you can't argue with Fergie. You just don't, because it just gets worse. So I took it, he said, and I thought to myself, well, that's me told. Anyways, he said, following day, we're in training, on the Monday we're in training, and he pulls me aside. He said, Rio, what was all that about? He said, well, it's to do with my brother, boss. He said, I think Terry had been racist. He said, and I don't think people have backed my brother. I think he's been treated appallingly, and I just couldn't wear the armband. He said, why on earth didn't you tell me? He said, I told you all a day or two before the game, everybody was going to wear black armbands, and the press has asked me, will the United team be wearing black armbands? And I said, yes, every one of them will. He said, when I say every one of them will, and somebody doesn't, it makes me look stupid, which is why you've got the fine. You should have come and spoken to me. He said, but I'll tell you now, he said, the missus has had a word with me, and she said I may have been a bit rash, and she believes your brother wasn't treated well and didn't get the backing he deserved. So she can understand why I didn't want to wear the armband. He said, so I have listened to her. He said, maybe I was a bit rash there. He said, but I do wish you'd have told me. And that, folks, really is the story. Rio didn't say whether he got the 2 weeks' wages reinstated or not. I don't know. But Fergie was initially upset because he thought he'd been made to look a fool in the press because one of his players let him down. But his wife put her foot down there and said, no, Alex, you're quite wrong. You know, you've treated the boy badly. You need to speak to him about it. And to Fergie's credit, that's what he did on the Monday. Good management. And there's always a power behind the throne that nobody sees.